Your featured speaker, Dr. Ilya Skolnikoff.
My father is a psychiatrist. One day I came home and I said, "Hey, Dad, I decided I want to go to chiropractic school to become a chiropractor." He goes, "Well, can you actually make money doing that?" Those were his exact words. Can you actually make money doing that? I said, "Yeah, Dad, actually some chiropractors do really well and make even more money than you do." He goes, "Okay, well, that's good then." And to my father's credit, he paid for my entire chiropractic school education. But I can remember there was a great deal of conflict in our conversations. We'd be sitting around to eat, and my brother, who's a marriage and family therapist, would really connect with my dad, and they'd have a great time talking about psychology. I also perform emotional therapies. So I said, "Hey, Dad, have you heard of David Hawkins' book, Power versus Force?" He's the well-known psychiatrist who studied muscle testing for 20 years, and he talks about it in his book and how it can be used to raise a person's level of consciousness. He actually developed an entire map of human consciousness. It's amazing. He goes, "Whoa, that's a very interesting theory." "What theory, Dad?" He actually had diplomates of the International Board of Applied Kinesiology right there in front of him, performing the muscle tests for 20 years, and was able to determine very deep and vital things about human consciousness. He wrote 10 books all about it and travels around the country and lectures about it. How's that a theory? He goes, "Well, I don't really believe in all that, but it's an interesting theory." I said, "Well, what don't you believe in, Dad? You don't believe that he wrote the books that you never read or heard of? You don't believe that he developed an entire map of human consciousness? You don't believe in the muscle testing? What don't you believe? What's the theory?" "Well, I'd rather not talk about it. I'm really not interested in all that, but it's an interesting theory." "Well, it's an interesting theory. You don't believe in all that? You think it's a very interesting theory? Okay." Seeing as I wasn't getting very far with that topic, I moved on, obviously, right? I moved on to the next one. "What about Bruce Lipton, Dad? Have you heard of the great epigeneticist, Bruce Lipton, who discovered that we can change our genes?" "What do you think, Dad?" He actually taught medical students at a medical school for, 10 years? "Oh, no, son, I haven't." "Okay. Well, he's the one who taught that we can change the expression of our genes by changing our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, attitudes, and environmental stimuli. He actually wrote a book about it called The Biology of Belief. Like I said, he taught at the medical institution for like 10 years. "Well, that is very interesting, son. That is a very interesting theory." "What theory, Dad?" It's not just some theory. It's epigenetics, Dad. It's the cutting edge thing. Everyone's talking about it. It's all the rage. It's a big deal. How the genes express themselves can be altered. That's the whole point. And it's been researched over and over again. "Well, that is very interesting, son. That really is a very interesting theory." There was this other time where I showed him these amazing success videos of my patients' testimonials of how I'd saved their lives and then they recovered. He goes, "Well, it's just a matter of time before lots of people will be coming in to see you then." "Well, exactly. You're not feeling very well these days, Dad. maybe I can help you. Well, I'll have to look into that, son. Thank you for telling me that. My father died of multiple diseases, and I never was able to help him. He wouldn't let me. He wasn't open to it. But I've dedicated my life to helping as many people with their health as I can. And I'd like to help you with your health in any way that I can, because I know that what I do is not theory. It actually saves people's lives.
Yeah! Dr. Ilya Skolnikoff! Yeah!